In July 2018, India woke up to one of the most shocking and puzzling cases the country had ever seen. A case that sent chills through everyone who heard it and left behind more questions than answers. This is the story of the Burari deaths, a mystery that shook not just Delhi, but the entire nation. It all began on a quiet Sunday morning in the Burari neighborhood of North Delhi. A local shop owner noticed that the Chundawat family, who ran a small grocery store, hadn't opened their shop that day. This was unusual. The family was known for their discipline. The shop always opened on time. Concerned, the neighbor walked to their home, a modest two-floor house that looked peaceful from the outside. But what waited inside was anything but peaceful. When the neighbor entered, the house was silent, unnaturally silent. Lights were still on. The door wasn't locked. And then, the discovery. 11 members of the same family were found dead inside their home, 10 in one room, and the eldest member, the grandmother, in another. No signs of struggle, no signs of forced entry, just silence. A silence that hid a terrifying and complicated truth. The police rushed to the spot and immediately realized something was strange. There were no signs of robbery. Nothing was stolen. The family's valuables were still in place. There was food prepared in the kitchen, chairs neatly arranged, and everything looked normal, except for what had happened to the family. Very quickly, the media began calling it a case of mass suicide. Some whispered the word ritual. Others suspected murder. No one knew what to believe. But the real twist came when investigators searched the house further. Inside a small room, they found a set of handwritten diaries, 11 years' worth of entries. Page after page, written in the same handwriting, describing not just daily activities, but instructions. Instructions for discipline, for prayers, for life decisions, and finally, instructions for the event that took place that night. According to the diaries, the family believed that their deceased patriarch, Bhopal Singh, was watching over them. They believed he was guiding them spiritually. The entries suggested that the family saw the strange ritual as an act of faith, a temporary step, a way to achieve something they believed was higher, safer, blessed. They didn't think they were going to die. They believed they would survive, and that divine protection would rescue them at the last moment. This discovery stunned investigators. How could an entire educated family, running a business, living a normal life, follow such instructions? What convinced them to trust the writing so blindly? Further investigation revealed that the younger son, Lalit, may have been the central figure. After suffering psychological trauma earlier in life, he started claiming that his late father spoke to him. The family, grieving and emotionally vulnerable, may have believed him completely. And over time, their trust turned into faith. Faith turned into obedience. And obedience turned into tragedy. What makes the Burari case so chilling is not just what happened, but how normal everything seemed on the outside. The family was social, friendly, and financially stable. Security camera footage from the night before even shows them buying materials calmly. Nothing odd, nothing panicked. No one around them ever suspected that something this extreme was happening within those walls. Even today, the Burari case remains one of India's most disturbing mysteries. Was it mass hysteria? A psychological spiral? A misinterpreted spiritual practice? Or something else entirely? The House of Secrets documentary brought worldwide attention to the case. But even after investigations, expert analyses, and debates, there's still no single explanation that answers everything. The Burari deaths remain a haunting reminder of how complicated human belief, trauma, and family bonds can be. A reminder that sometimes the greatest mysteries aren't supernatural. They happen inside the human mind. This was the story of the Burari case, a tragedy that shocked the nation, confused investigators, and left behind a mystery that may never be fully solved.